Good morning. I'm often asked the question about how noisy is the e-bike motion X35 system. In fact, my latest request for information was yesterday from Bert in the Netherlands. Interestingly, Bert tells me he comes from the hilly part of the Netherlands, and I have to confess my ignorance. I didn't know there was such a thing. Now, noise is a subjective thing. I'm getting on in years, so my hearing isn't as good as it used to be. So it means that what I think is fairly quiet, others may think is fairly noisy. So what I'm going to do today is a fairly unscientific test, it has to be admitted. But I'm going to ride the bike in different power settings on different gradients, try and give you an idea of how it sounds. Now, the camera is going to be mounted on my helmet, as you can see, so it's as close to ear level as possible. I'll also turn my head in various directions so that the sound comes through to you. Of course, I'm also getting some wind noise because I'm travelling through the air, so it means that it will disguise any sound, but then that's how it's going to be for your ear, so I'm going to leave any wind noise in. We're actually doing the first part of the test as we speak, because all the time I've been speaking to you, I'm actually in the green setting. So the sound you can hear now, if you can hear any, is the slight whirring in the lowest setting. Now what I'll do as I go through these tests, I won't be speaking to you. I'll just put some captions on the screen to tell you what the gradients are and what the settings are, so you can just listen to the sounds. I'm in a low gear, so I'm pedalling slowly, so the bike is actually doing most of the work at the moment. It's just a very gentle whir. But what's it like when we get on to steeper climbs? Let's go and have a look. Now, I won't be comparing this system with other bikes and other systems. I don't know how much extra noise a gearbox makes, for example. Now, the X35 doesn't have a gearbox on the crank, so we don't have that noise, but it would be unfair to compare. I can only speak for this system. If I get a chance in the future, I will actually make some comparisons with the X35 and other makes. Obviously, if you're riding in the peace and quiet of the countryside, you're going to hear much more than if you're riding in noisy traffic on the commute. As I said, it wasn't a very scientific test, but it was a test nonetheless. That's how I heard the sound, and I guess how you'd hear the sound, depending on your quality of hearing. Now, one of the best things to do is actually see the bike in person. And one of the good things about the e-bike motion system is that now many of the major brands are using it. So the chances are there's going to be a dealer not far from you where you can go along and have a listen and possibly even try one. So I hope you found that useful, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.